Welcome back to the channel. Back at Simone Museum looking at their incredible display of cars. We're over here looking at some incredible early Ferrari race cars. We have some Ferrari engines on engine stands right here. Two different engines. One is, I think one is a flat 12 and the other is a 8-cylinder, but I could be wrong, and there wasn't a plaque, and I didn't have the opportunity to ask anyone about these two engines. I was a little overwhelmed, actually. There's so much going on in this place. This is like the coolest museum ever. You have to go. You have to go if you haven't been. And once again, this was back in March of 2021 when we shot this. So, two incredible Ferrari engines worth God knows how much money. And right here we've got a 49 Ferrari race car, and it's shown without the bodywork. You can see what it looks like without the bodywork and how there isn't really any safety equipment there. I mean, it's basically an engine with tires and a seat. It's a freaking rocket. A rocket for its era anyway. I believe this was late 40s. We're going to look at the plaque here. Yeah, 1949. If you want to pause it here, go ahead and pause it to read everything. So this is a V12, 155 horse, 7,000 RPM, Weber carburetors. Really cool stuff. And I guess it was bias ply tires in this era. This is long before radial tires. But it's interesting looking at a lot of these vintage cars and seeing that they did have a lot of stuff that they still use today. Some of these cars have superchargers, turbochargers from, nearly 100 years ago. It's amazing. And this is 49, so it's over 70 years ago. And this is the experimental car, the Craft Car, I believe. So it's a Ferrari body with a Curtis Craft engine. It's a 6-cylinder, I believe. Let's see what the plaque says. I love these old school Firestone tires. How cool are those? The gas cap, the billet gas cap there. You can see the driver's insignia. Really cool looking stainless steel exhaust. Pretty wild looking, pretty wild. The video doesn't really do it justice. It's just an arrow with wheels. It's a missile. Really tight, compact. You have to be lightweight. You're not going to see many guys over 200 pounds getting in something like this, that's for sure. I'd struggle to get in, and I'm only 175. Those tires. I wonder if these are the original tires. All right, here's the plaque. Go ahead and pause it. So 56 Ferrari Curtis, inline 6, 360 horsepower. It's a pretty good amount of power for something this small. And now we're moving on. We're moving on here to the Bizzarrini. And I did see a Bizzarrini at Aldrin Concours recently. These started out with 327 Chevys. This one in particular, I believe it's mid-60s. It has a Lamborghini V12 in it. And a lot of them had the 327 Chevy. So Bizzarrini was a designer or an engineer for Lamborghini, and he started his own thing, started his own supercar company. And there you have the Bizzarrini. Bizzarrini. Interesting where the drivers, it looks like it's almost in the middle from here, but it is a right-hand drive. Number 2. We're going to take a look at the plaque here in a second. Really low to the ground. And it's a Roadster. Here we go. P538. 4-wheel disc brakes. Got V12 Lamborghini, 336 horse, 6.2 barrel Weber carbs. How about that? And we're going to get a low profile view here, what it looks like, and then you see up top, look at the gas cap right there is on the passenger side. Very lightweight car. Must be a lot of fun to drive. So this is a Squire. I'd never heard of Squire before. Comment below if you know anything about these. So it's a 33 Roadster, and look at this, supercharger. This car is supercharged in 1933. It's nearly 100 years old. Pretty wild, huh? It's got wire wheels, really old school. It's got the rivets. pretty wild. Pretty wild car. Really bright baby blue. And then we've got some beautiful cars over here as well. I mean, everything's beautiful. What am I saying? This is the Bugatti Type 57. And a very early Bugatti. I believe it's 36. These are just like pimp cars, these old Bugattis. They're like very cartoonish. Like something that I'm sure cartoons have modeled off. I think the Joker drove something like this in one of the Batman cartoons. So go ahead and pause it. 36 Bugatti Type 57, 170 horsepower, 8-cylinder engine. Long before Bugatti had built their name up to what it is today, this is right-hand drive. It is, of course, a French car, as you probably know. It's got two-tone paint. Some pretty wild-looking wheels and tires. Really cool looking from the back. Not a lot of visibility in that rear view window. Look at that window. And now we're on to the Bentley. So this is a 38 Bentley. It's a 4.5 liter. Kind of Christmassy, like a Christmas theme, although I guess it's more of an olive green rather than a Christmas green. A dark green, but it's still kind of Christmassy. Not sure about the red wheels, but pretty badass. Red interior I do like. The gentleman's car. Look at the front here, looking at the front. And no, so this is something I'd never seen or heard of before. What is the name of this car? Comment below if you know the name of it before we look at the plaque. Okay. 1938 Avons. Voisin, something like that. Probably butchering that. Interior looks really nice. Leather looks beautiful. It's a Roadster. Really cool. Another car from this era. And that's about it, guys. We got more stuff coming, so stay tuned. Like and subscribe.